JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, 17-year-old facing gun charges. The police arrested a 17-year-old boy after he was found in breach of the Firearms Act following an incident in Merv Lane, St. James last night. The police said a team of officers were on patrol in the area when they saw a group of men gathered at a bar. On seeing the police, the teen reportedly threw something over a wall. The police said a search was then conducted and a black Beretta Thunder 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 5 9mm rounds was found. The teen was taken into custody and the firearm and ammunition seized, the police said. The incident occurred about 8:45 p.m. Grimmie charged with shopbreaking, larceny and burglary. A man has been charged with shopbreaking, larceny and burglary after police investigations linked him to 2 incidents in which over $200,000 worth of items were stolen in Lochovia, St. Elizabeth. He has been identified as 26-year-old D'Amico Sinclair, otherwise called Grimmie, a chef of Grangehill, Westmoreland. The first incident took place about 5 p.m. on Monday, October 26. The police said the complainant securely locked up his business place and left. He was then alerted about a break-in at the business place. Following investigations, the complainant realized that the front grille had been cut and several items with an estimated value of $102,440 had been stolen, the police said. The following day, about 3:15 a.m., a woman returned home to find that her grille and door were opened. The police said she made checks and found that several items valued approximately $100,000 were missing. Sinclair was picked up later on Tuesday, October 27, and charged the following day. He is scheduled to appear before the Santa Cruz Parish Court on Monday, November 2. Nightclub proprietor and 17 others caught at club charged. A nightclub proprietor and 17 others were charged for various breaches of the Disaster Risk Management Act after 150 people and 23 vehicles were searched at a premises where an event was being held in Boscobel, St. Mary last night. The police said they were on a joint operation when they went to the nightclub and executed the search. They said their investigations revealed that the establishment was not a registered business, nor did the owner possess a nightclub or spirit license. The owner has since been identified as 41-year-old Kumar Brown, otherwise called Marlon, of Greater Portmore, St. Catherine, and he has been charged for breaches of the Disaster Risk Management Act, operating without a nightclub license and operating without a spirit license. The additional 17 individuals were also charged for breaches of the Disaster Risk Management Act. A foreign national was among those arrested and has been charged under the Quarantine Act, the police said. A motor car, a motorcycle, and half-pound of ganja was also seized in the incident. Tapia should have been reined in earlier, says Ambassador Ward. Former ambassador and deputy permanent representative of Jamaica to the United Nations, Curtis Ward, said United States top diplomat Donald Tapia's constant meddling in the country's affairs should have been nipped in the bud and not allowed to fester until now. Tapia was embroiled in controversial tweets last Tuesday where he insulted Jamaicans. Jamaica's Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister, Kamina Johnson-Smith, rebuked Tapia for his remarks and the diplomat has since apologized. Tapia suggested the tweets were in fact released by his assistant. His response to the criticism is very weak. He can't blame a junior staff for his tweets. As an ambassador, he is responsible for everything that goes out of the embassy, and even more so for his tweets, Ward asserted. He pointed out that there were a number of occasions when Johnson-Smith should have summoned the ambassador to the ministry and laid down the gauntlet in relation to Jamaica's sovereignty and its capacity to make policy decisions beneficial to its people. It is no secret the U.S. government, including President Donald Trump, remains suspicious of Chinese technology such as 5G, citing national security risk as its main talking points, which was the basis for the ambassador's tweets. Tapia has been outspoken on the issue and has repeatedly spoken of his unease and has even warned the Jamaican government of hidden Chinese intent in the affairs of the country. His latest salvo of tweets was subsequently deleted. Ward said if a government shows weakness and the civil society acts the same way, the people should not expect any other outcome. It is not the first time that Tapia has got himself in hot water over comments he has made. It is not the first time he has made inappropriate statements on Twitter. In June, Tapia roiled up locals in the heights of the Black Lives Matter protests across the US and other countries over comments about African-American George Floyd, who died while being apprehended by the police, and that Floyd should not be martyred, drawing some scathing rebuke from the public at large. Jamaica records 89 new COVID-19 cases, 1 death. Jamaica has recorded 89 new cases of the novel coronavirus and confirmed 1 new death as a result of the virus in the last 24 hours. The Ministry of Health and Wellness said the new cases consist of 38 males and 47 females, with ages ranging from 35 days to 93 years. The sexes of 4 of the new cases are to be confirmed. The country's total confirmed COVID-19 cases now stand at 9,094, of which 4,257 are active. Of the new cases, 25 each are from St. Catherine and Kingston and St. Andrew, 13 are from St. Anne, 11 are from St. James, 3 each are from Clarendon, Westmoreland and Hanover, 2 each are from St. Mary and St. Thomas, and 1 each are from Trelawney and Portland. The ministry said the origin of contact for all of the new cases is under investigation. Meanwhile, the ministry said the new death is that of a 77-year-old male from Westmoreland, whose passing was previously reported as under investigation. The country's total deaths since the outbreak now stands at 206. Another death previously reported as under investigation was today classified as coincidental, while the cause of death in one other case was said to be under investigation. In addition, the ministry reported that 68 more patients have recovered from the virus. This brings the country's total recoveries to 4,510. MOH increases COVID-19 testing in Cornwall Courts. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is to intensify its COVID-19 testing in the community of Cornwall Courts in St. James as of today. Cornwall Courts and Raytown in Kingston were placed under special area curfew last week Friday. The measure is scheduled to expire on November 6. A release from the Office of the Prime Minister, OPM, last week stated that the two communities had seen an increase in COVID-19 cases, which is of great concern to the health authorities. Cornwall Courts has so far registered some 56 cases of the coronavirus, with 31 recoveries, 24 active cases and 1 death. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton said swab samples collected for testing in 1 day from some 92 Cornwall Courts residents recently returned results of 14 positive cases. That explains why we are in Cornwall Courts, because that is close to a 20% or so positivity rate. It means that for every 100 persons, probably 20 or so may have COVID, said Dr. Tufton, adding that more cases could be in the community. The Health and Wellness Minister, who toured the community yesterday with a team of health workers, told a meeting at the Cornwall Courts Community Centre with residents and taxi operators that at the community transmission level, Cornwall Courts is currently above the national average. The last week or so, we have seen positivity rates that are 8%, 12%, and 14% nationally. So you are above the national average currently. And again, that is a justification for why we are here, said Dr. Tufton. For these reasons, the ministry will be setting up 3 testing sites in the community with the hope of collecting between 100 and 150 samples today. Besides, a mobile unit will also be available. The minister said the additional resources being deployed will see the number of health workers in the area moving from 25 to 70, adding that they will run the testing sites and carry out house-to-house visits. We will move resources in and they will go house to house, and the testing sites will be there so persons who think they need to be tested for whatever reason, whether they feel they may be exposed or have symptoms, please visit one of these sites or indicate to the team, and we'll come in and ask the relevant questions, and then we'll make a decision from there, said Dr. Tufton, as he warned residents not to take the disease lightly. The minister further stated that once the residents comply and work together, it will only be a matter of time before things will be brought back under control. For her part, Dr. Marcia Johnson Campbell, The senior medical officer assigned to the St. James Health Department commended the community for its responsiveness. She argued that at the end of the 2-week special area curfew, the community will be healthier and safer. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember, subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.